Alternative and mobile living spaces are everywhere right now, but not all of them are meant for sleeping or full-time living. Some are built with one very specific purpose in mind: business. And that brings us to today's spotlight, a floating sauna called, fittingly enough, the Sauna, from Polish houseboat builder Aqua House. You might recognize the Aqua House name if you've been around the channel or site for a while. They're usually known for floating homes you can actually live in, but this one takes a different route. Instead of a personal escape, this is a full-on floating business concept built entirely around the sauna lifestyle. Whether you see it as a way to unwind after work, a weekend getaway, or a side hustle that just happens to float, this thing is designed to make an impression. Now, I'll be honest, getting into the details wasn't exactly plug and play since the Aqua House website is in Polish. So this is a mix of industry knowledge, experience with tiny homes and houseboats, and a little help from Google Translate. That said, the overall picture comes through pretty clearly. The sauna is a 2-level floating unit, with the lower level dedicated to the sauna experience itself, and the upper level acting as a rooftop terrace where you can cool off, relax, and soak up some sun after a serious sweat session. Size-wise, it's no small fry. The sauna measures about 11.3 meters long and 3.4 meters wide, with a draft of just 0.6 meters. What really stands out, though, is the usable interior space. You're looking at just under 30 square meters, or over 320 square feet, which puts it right in tiny home territory. That's a lot of room for something that's floating and purpose-built for wellness. Because this thing lives on the water and deals with heat and steam daily, Aqua House doesn't mess around with materials. According to the specs, the structure uses C24 certified impregnated wood. That basically means the wood has been treated to increase strength and durability while resisting moisture, insects, and decay, which is exactly what you want in a floating sauna. The walls are finished with Scandinavian spruce, paired with thermal insulation, waterproofing layers, and exterior cladding built to handle the elements. The floor construction follows the same logic, combining galvanized sheet metal, multifunctional panels, and insulation to keep everything solid and protected. Up top, the roof and ceiling use layered materials, including more Scandinavian spruce, and the rooftop deck is finished with composite decking so it can handle sun, rain, and regular foot traffic. A full railing wraps around the upper deck, which is always nice when the alternative is an unexpected swim. Inside is where things really come together. The sauna room itself is enclosed with 8mm tempered glass walls, letting guests enjoy the view while they sweat it out. It feels more spa-like than industrial, which is kind of the whole point. Beyond the sauna, there's a relaxation room for before or after your session, 2 showers, a changing room, a toilet, and even a waiting area in case your floating spa becomes popular enough to need one. Aqua House also puts serious thought into the materials used inside the sauna. Abachi wood lines the sauna room, including the benches and heater casing, which is a common choice in high-end saunas thanks to its heat resistance and comfort. Other interior spaces use plywood cabinetry for storage and utility areas, keeping things practical and durable. On the tech side, this thing is surprisingly loaded. There's an instant water heater that can be controlled through an app, RGB LED lighting, and a full suite of sensors for motion, flooding, smoke, and alarms, along with cameras for security. There's even air conditioning on board, which might sound funny for a sauna, but trust me, your guests will appreciate it once they step out of the heat. So the big question is whether this actually works as a business. And like most things, it really comes down to location. If you can secure the right dock or harbor and tap into a steady flow of customers, a floating sauna like this could absolutely be a hit. The price sits around 78,500 euros, which is roughly $90,000 depending on exchange rates. And while that's not pocket change, it's not outrageous for a turnkey floating business either. Of course, for anyone outside Europe, shipping and import fees could be a deal breaker. But the good news is that similar floating sauna concepts already exist in plenty of water-loving regions, especially in the US. A quick search shows that there's clearly demand for this kind of experience, whether you're the one running it or just the one booking a session. At the end of the day, this Aqua House Sauna isn't about reinventing housing. It's about creating an experience. And judging by how many versions of this idea are popping up around the world, it's an experience people are more than happy to pay for.